Climb the highest mountain, ford the deepest sea. Yes, it's time once again to join lovable old Marlin Gullible and his bodyguard Bob in their never-ending search for the finest adventure film anywhere in the world. Buckle your swash and join us now for Adventure Theater. Your host, Marlin Gullible.
Hello again, nature lovers. I'm Marlin Gullible, and I live for adventure. Some of you regular viewers will be pleased to note that Bob has returned to us, proving some of the top surgeons in the country wrong. You see, Bob had a nearly fatal encounter with a boa constrictor we had on the show, we'll say about a month ago. Bob, I'd have to say you're an awfully lucky man just to be alive.
Well, that certainly is correct, Marlin. You know, it really was a tight squeeze. But I'd have to say that I got out of it because I know how to work under pressure. No, seriously, folks, I'd like you to know this. That Marlin, when you let out those terrified screams at just the right moment, I'm sure that's what made that big, horrible boa constrictor cough me up, or I would have been pushing up daisies right now.
Well, you know, Bob, I've always prided myself on knowing how to handle myself in an emergency situation. You know, it sort of reminds me of when we were wrestling alligators back in the Keys of southern Florida.
It does?
You're right, Bob, it does. And speaking of does, do we have a film for you tonight? It's one of the all-time great adventure hits. It's The Old Man in the Sea, starring that great character actor, Spencer Tracy. It's a classic tale of man pitting his wits against the forces of nature. And boy, is it an adventure. And I believe during our first break, we've got a little surprise. Bob, you have a visitor.
Well, as a matter of fact, that's right, Marlin. You know, this visitor comes from the beautiful tropical climates and is not very often seen here in the northern hemisphere. Well, as a matter of fact, this delightful creature lives on fruits, nuts, and berries, or a little coconut milk and the like, and wears nothing but a long and dry grass skirt to help cover her voluptuous tawny curves as she dances rhythmically while her hands tell simple stories of the islands of her birth.
No, Bob. I'm talking about our
visitor. Our visitor.
The one from the animal kingdom.
Oh, you mean the gorilla?
Yes, Bob, that's right, the gorilla.
Yeah, the gorilla.
And you adventure seekers will be learning more about the mighty gorilla in just a short while. But now, let's all lean way back in our wicker chairs, give our knuckles a good pop, and let's lift our binoculars to see the first portion of our classic film, The Old Man in the Sea, starring Spencer Tracy. Roll 'em, Bob.
Yummy, yummy! It's delicious Polynesian food from Hawaiian Don's Luau Smorgasbord. Join Hawaiian Don in his remodeled garbage scow moored on the scenic White River. Once inside, visit the fresh fish tank and point at anything that moves. Hawaiian Don will do the rest. While your fish is frying, you'll be charmed by the native dancers as their hands tell simple stories of the islands. But before long, dinner is served with Hawaiian Don cracking oysters right at your table. But save room for Hawaiian Don's famous flaming turtle pie. And before you go, you souvenir hunters will want to stop by our gift shoppy where beautiful luani is always good for a lei. That's Hawaiian Don's Luau Smorgasbord, where nobody goes away with an appetite.
Wasn't that exciting, adventure lovers? That reminds me of the time when Bob and I were wrestling ferocious hangovers in the Cajun country of New Orleans. But that was then. And now, I see that Bob has changed into a fairly ridiculous outfit. Bob?
Well, Marlin, this may seem like a ridiculous outfit to you and I, but in actuality, this is not going to seem ridiculous at all to our big, hairy, smelly brute of a guest who's going to be coming in just a moment. This is actually a genuine gorilla skin, which I used in the wilds of Borneo while I was studying the tribes of wild gorillas.
That suit lets you get pretty close, huh, Bob?
I should say it does, Marlon. Why, when I'm wearing this suit, the gorillas accept me as one of their own. I'm perfectly safe. Why, I can see their food gathering techniques, their hunting techniques. I can observe their society, and Marlon, I can get so close I can even observe their mating habits.
I never tire of those films, Bob.
No, Marlon, neither do I. But you know, I really think that's about enough talk, because our people at home would love to see this exciting gorilla come right in here, and I'm going to be perfectly safe. Don't worry about me, because as long as I'm wearing this gorilla suit, he's going to take me for one of his own, and I'm perfectly safe.
Well, now, actually, Bob, I see on this card that the gorilla couldn't make it, so we've got a grizzly bear today.
No, Marlon, no!
Let him go, boys!
No, come on, please, no! Come on, bears hate gorillas!
This is the American grizzly bear. He's got a thick brown fur coat which protects his 900 pounds against the freezing temperatures he encounters in the American mountains where he makes his living. The grizzly eats just about anything it can catch, and it can catch almost everything. He has 54 razor-sharp teeth and 20 claws, which allow him to do pretty much as he pleases, and he likes to sleep for about 3 months during the winter. Although you can wake him early, like we did, makes him a little touchy. Well, it seems as though we have much more here to learn about our great friend, the American grizzly bear, but it's just going to have to wait. Because even as the great shaggy friend here must eat berries and grubs to survive, so we must get our grub to survive. And we get it by hearing from these exciting words from our sponsor.
Ja, der king is dead, and there won't never be another one like him. But you ain't never going to be forgetting him neither, once you're running the Polka hits of Elvis Presley. Ja, once again you're showing your speedy because it says you ain't nothing but a costume. Jailhouse Polka. Soon the beautiful, don't step on my blue spade hiking boots. How's about Viva Las Warsaw and the classic Honka Honka Churning Suds? Yeah, all of these and many more will be yours on the 3-album set of the Polka Hits of Elvis Presley. Send $9.95 by check or money order to Elvis Polka Hits, Swindle Co. Enterprises, room 135, Weaves Motel, Walcott, Iowa.